Good afternoon. Tens of thousands of people are in central London this lunchtime for two major demonstrations. 4,000 police officers, along with armoured vehicles, drones and helicopters, have been deployed in the hope of preventing clashes between Tommy Robinson's Unite the Kingdom March and the pro-Palestinian Nakba Day rally. Well, our correspondent John Ray sent this update.
So this is shaping up to be one of the most challenging days for police in London for many, many years. And not just because we have two rival marches sharing the streets of central London. It is a test too for what the police are promising will be a more robust approach to policing the issue of hate speech, whether that's directed against Jews or against Muslims or against any other minority. Where we are now is the beginning of a very big pro-Palestinian annual march. It comes, of course, just a few weeks after that spate of anti-Semitic attacks in North London, and tensions therefore might be that much higher. Just a few miles from here, the far-right activist Tommy Robinson is organising his own demonstration. Last September, he managed to bring 100,000 people, maybe more, into London, and that descended into sporadic violence and racist chanting. Today, the police's main task is to keep these two groups aside. There are 4,000 officers on duty, there are armoured cars, there are armed units in reserve, there are drones, and for the first time, the use of live facial recognition technology on the Tommy Robinson gathering. Everybody hopes today ends peacefully, but there are really challenging hours ahead.
John Ray reporting there from central London. The prospect of a leadership challenge to Sir Keir Starmer is looking increasingly likely after Andy Burnham was given the green light to run for selection in the Makerfield by-election by Labour's ruling body. The decision could pave the way for his return to Parliament. Well, Mahathir Pasha is here with me now. Mahathir, get us up to speed. What is the latest this afternoon?
Well, Sangeeta, as you say, it's been a pretty turbulent week in British politics, to say the least. As you say, Andy Burnham, the Mayor of Greater Manchester, has been given the all-clear to throw his hat into the ring for a crucial by-election in Makerfield. After almost a decade away from the Commons, it paves the way for his return to Westminster and, of course, his possible entrance into number 10. Now look, this is a pretty bold, high-risk, high-reward strategy from the man whose supporters call him the King of the North, given how well Reform performed at the local elections in Makerfield. And Nigel Farage's party has made it abundantly clear that it will be fighting tooth and nail for this seat, as this Reform MP told us.
Lots of angry people, angry at the incumbent MP, who's actually stood down to allow Andy Burnham to stand. They think that's a bit smug of Andy Burnham. They think he expects to waltz in here, take the parliamentary seat and then become the Prime Minister.
Look, should Andy Burnham win this vote, he'll be able to say, look, I'm the man who can take Reform on at the general elections. Should he lose, well, he's most likely to have lost his shot at Labour leadership. It's also important to note, Sangeeta, that no one has actually officially yet launched a leadership challenge against Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer, as he desperately tries to show that it is business as usual. The man that many had suspected might pull the trigger, Wes Streeting, hasn't done that. He has resigned as Health Secretary, though, and for the first time since that resignation, we'll be hearing from him a bit later on today. I suspect many people will be watching Wes Streeting very closely as this political psychodrama continues.
OK, Mahathir, thank you very much. At least 7 people have been killed in a series of Israeli airstrikes in Gaza overnight. It's reported a child and at least 3 women died following the attack. Dozens of others were injured. Israel claims it was targeting a senior Hamas member. Well, demonstrations are expected to take place in Vienna against Israel's participation in the Eurovision Grand Final this evening. Israel's presence at the song contest has been contentious since the start of the war in Gaza in 2023. 5 countries are boycotting this year's event as a result. Meanwhile, the UK's entry Look Mum No Computer, whose real name is Sam Battle, told ITV News he just wants to enjoy the whole experience. Australia and Finland are still the bookies' favourites. To sport now, and it's a massive day in the Scottish Premiership as Hearts hope to end 4 decades of Celtic and Rangers domination. If Hearts avoid defeat at Celtic today, they will be crowned champions for the first time in 66 years. But Celtic are defending champions, having won the Scottish Premiership for the last 4 seasons. The match has just got underway and is currently 0-0. It is also a big day in England, with Chelsea taking on Manchester City in the FA Cup final at Wembley. Finally, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has made some big promises to some primary school kids in Suffolk. Just take a look at this.
I heard that you guys were super pumped and excited to see live-action Moana. I'm going to find a theater. I'm going to rent it out. And as a gift from me to you, because you guys have been just such awesome fans, you guys are going to see live-action Moana.
Well, the children at St Gregory's Primary, as you can see, were delighted to get the video from the Hollywood star, who said he would hire out a cinema for them to watch the new Moana movie. It is after the children sent a video to the actor earlier this year, just asking him to comment. And that is all for now. ITV News is back at 4:30. Until then, do enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Bye-bye.